You might think of the Philippines as, that place with beautiful beaches, delicious food, and karaoke that somehow seems to be happening 24/7. And you wouldn't be wrong. But what most people don't realize is that behind those karaoke bars and stunning sunsets, something else is happening. While the world is busy obsessing over China, Japan, and South Korea, the Philippines is quietly but rapidly transforming itself into a force to be reckoned with, politically, economically, and even militarily. It's like that student in class who never says much but then suddenly aces all the exams and everyone's like, wait, what just happened? Well, what's happening is that the Philippines is on track to becoming the next Asian superpower. So buckle up because we're about to dive deep into why the Philippines is the country you need to watch out for in the 21st century. Alright, let's talk geopolitics, people. You know how everyone always says, location, location, location? Well, the Philippines won the location lottery. Seriously, they're sitting on prime real estate in Southeast Asia. We're talking smack dab in the middle of major shipping lanes right in the heart of a region that's becoming increasingly strategically important. Think about it. China's trying to flex its muscles in the South China Sea, and who's right there? The Philippines. The US wants to maintain its presence in the region, and who's their oldest ally in Asia? You guessed it, the Philippines. It's like they're holding the most coveted property on the monopoly board, and everyone wants a piece of the action, and the Philippines knows it. They're not just sitting back and watching the game, they're playing it, strategically building alliances and strengthening their military. They've got the US on their side, obviously, but they're also deepening ties with Japan, Australia, and even India. It's like a geopolitical Avengers team is assembling in the Pacific, and the Philippines is right there in the thick of it. They're modernizing their military, conducting joint exercises, and let's not forget about their Coast Guard, which has been, shall we say, very active in those disputed waters. They're sending a clear message: we're not afraid to stand up for ourselves. And the world is starting to take notice. This isn't just about military might, though. The Philippines' location also gives it a massive advantage in terms of trade. They're a gateway to Southeast Asia, a market of over 600 million people. And with their young, educated, and English-speaking workforce, they're becoming a hub for outsourcing and foreign investment. The Philippines has got it in spades, and they're using it to their advantage. Forget China for a second. Okay, maybe not entirely, but just put it aside for a moment, because while everyone's busy talking about the Chinese dragon, the Philippine eagle is quietly soaring to new heights. Economically speaking, the Philippines is on fire. Remember those call centers everyone used to complain about being outsourced to? Yeah, those are mostly in the Philippines. But it's not just call centers anymore. We're talking high-level business process outsourcing, software development, animation, you name it. The Philippines has become a global hub for IT and business services, and that's bringing in serious cash. And it's not just foreign companies setting up shop. The Philippines has its own homegrown tech scene that's exploding. Young, ambitious entrepreneurs are coming up with innovative solutions in everything from fintech to e-commerce. They're hungry, they're connected, and they're ready to take on the world. But here's the thing. The Philippines isn't just relying on tech. They're also investing heavily in infrastructure. New roads, bridges, airports, you name it. They're building the foundation for sustained economic growth, and it's paying off. Put it all together, and you've got a recipe for economic success. The Philippines is experiencing a period of rapid growth, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. The Philippines hasn't always been known for its military might. In fact, they've often been seen as the, let's say, less intimidating sibling in the Southeast Asian family. But those days are over, my friends. The Philippines is undergoing a serious military makeover, and it's not just for show. They're investing billions in new equipment, everything from fighter jets and warships to missiles and cybersecurity systems. And they're not buying this stuff just to let it sit in a hangar. They're conducting joint military exercises with their allies, learning from the best, and showing the world that they're not afraid to use their new toys. Remember those disputed islands in the South China Sea? The Philippines is beefing up its presence there, building new bases, deploying troops, and making it clear that they're not backing down. They're even modernizing their Coast Guard, which has become a key player in patrolling those waters, and let's just say, asserting their territorial rights. The Philippines is also investing in its military personnel, providing better training, improving living conditions, and boosting morale. They're creating a fighting force that's more professional, more capable, and more determined than ever before. they're taking their security seriously, and they're willing to do what it takes to defend their interests. You know what they say? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Well, the Philippines is all about that collaborative life. They understand that in today's world, it's not just about how big your military is, but who your friends are. And let me tell you, the Philippines is making friends in all the right places. First off, there's the United States. They're BFFs since way back. They've got a mutual defense treaty, which is basically the geopolitical equivalent of a pinky swear that says, I've got your back. And the United States is putting its money where its mouth is, providing military aid, conducting joint exercises, and generally making it clear that they're not about to let anything bad happen to their old pal. But the Philippines isn't putting all its eggs in one basket. They're also strengthening ties with other key players like Japan, Australia, and India. They're part of the Quad, a strategic dialogue between these four democracies that's all about promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific. Basically, it's a way to counter China's growing influence in the region, and the Philippines is right there in the middle of it. And let's not forget about ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The Philippines is a founding member of this regional bloc, which is all about economic and political cooperation. The point is, the Philippines is playing the long game. Let's be real, for a long time the Philippines was kind of seen as the underdog of Southeast Asia. Colonized for centuries, often overlooked on the world stage, they've had their fair share of struggles. But here's the thing about underdogs, they're resilient. They know how to fight for what they believe in, and they have this unwavering spirit that's hard to break. And that spirit is more alive than ever in the Philippines today. There's a palpable sense of national pride, a belief that their time has come. You see it in the streets, in the way people talk about their country, in the way they're embracing their culture and their history. This isn't just some feel-good, rah-rah nationalism. This is about a nation that's finally coming into its own, that's recognizing its potential and its place in the world, and that newfound confidence is translating into concrete action. It's what's driving the Philippines forward, what's fueling their ambition, and what's making them a force to be reckoned with. Look, we all know the Philippines has always been a vibe. From the stunning beaches and lush landscapes to the warm hospitality and infectious laughter, it's a country that just makes you feel good. But what many people are just starting to realize is that the Philippines is more than just a pretty face. It's a cultural powerhouse, exporting its unique brand of creativity and talent to the world. Let's start with the music. Filipino singers and musicians are killing it on the global stage. From pop to R&B to hip-hop, they're topping charts, winning awards, and captivating audiences with their raw talent and undeniable charisma. And it's not just music. Filipino designers are making waves in the fashion world, showcasing their unique aesthetic and craftsmanship on runways from New York to Paris. Filipino artists are making their mark in the global art scene, with their bold and thought-provoking works being featured in galleries and museums around the world. And let's not forget about the gamers. The Philippines is a gaming nation, with millions of passionate players and a thriving esports scene. Filipino gamers are some of the best in the world, consistently ranking among the top in international tournaments. Filipino culture is all about resilience, creativity, and a deep sense of community. And that authenticity is resonating with people around the world. So there you have it, the Philippines, Asia's secret superpower. They've been quietly building their strength, strategically positioning themselves, and letting their actions speak louder than words. And now, the world is starting to take notice. They've got the strategic location, the economic momentum, the military muscle, and the cultural clout to be a major player on the world stage. But more importantly, they've got the people. The Filipino people are the secret sauce, the X factor that sets them apart. They're resilient, they're resourceful, they're creative, and they're ambitious. The Philippines is a country on the rise, and they're not slowing down for anyone. Sometimes it's the quiet ones you have to watch out for. So next time you hear about Asia's rising powers, remember this. Don't underestimate the Philippines. They might just be the quiet storm that changes the balance of power in the 21st century. The question isn't if, it's how soon. The future is Filipino, and it's looking brighter than ever.